Now let's learn how to duplicate the body part and color it as well. But before we go on, I found out some mistake that I have done. Okay, so let me correct it first. Okay, now what we need to do is that we need to highlight it and duplicate, and then go to transform, reflect, and click preview and click OK. Okay, drag into the middle part. Oops. Drag into the middle part. Okay, now we click Ctrl Y to have a look. Okay, it seems very nice. It's been duplicated together. Okay, now we need to do is that we need to create a circle inside the Iron Man. So how we can do that? Click this and drag it a little bit. Oops, I created the wrong one already. Let's click the eclipse tool and hold into the middle and click Shift and Alt so that is in the middle. Okay, now click on V to move it a little bit up. Okay, so what I will do is that I would like the circle part be a little bit thicker, so probably I increase the stroke. I think 3 should be alright. So now click on the stroke and move out a little bit. Okay, now we click Ctrl Y to connecting the dot. Okay, now we double check on whether we're crossing it correctly. Okay, everything seems fine. Okay, so I think this one should be an issue. Let's bring it to the middle part. Alright, this one as well. Seems okay. Okay, now what we need to do is that we need to close this part, because if let's say we later on doesn't close this part, what will happen is that the shape builder tools are unable to building up the shape for us. So now we can do is click P and click any point of it and drag a circle like that one. Drag a curve, sorry, not circle. Okay, click Ctrl Y to have a look. At the same time, if you feel that the head should be a problem for you, you can turn it off. Alright, very cool. Now we need to do is that we need to ensure this should be upper than the curve line, so that later on we can cut it nicely. Should be alright already. Okay, now we need to do is that we need to outline the line so that later on we can combine it nicely. So highlight all of it and go to Object, Path, and Outline Stroke. Okay, now we need to click Ctrl Y to have a look. Alright, I found some things. it is okay that this is an intercept, because later on we merge together, you won't be seeing these two things. Okay, very good. Now this is an issue. We need to make sure that this one is intercept together. Alright. Right, this one as well. Okay, now we need to highlight it and go to your Pathfinder and merge it together. Click Ctrl Y to see whether it's merged correctly or not. Okay, seems everything's working fine. Yes, everything is working fine. Now what we need to do now, like previous video, highlight it and drag it to the left side. And click M to draw a rectangle. And let's bring it to a blue color, white color, and move it to the back side. Send to back. Now highlight again, click Ctrl M, Ctrl and Shift M, and click Alt on this part. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit. So you can see from the Ironman shoulder, they doesn't have the stroke here, right? So what we can do now is to eliminate the stroke on the drawing part. So one mistake I made is that because of the stroke, we shouldn't that fast to create the coloring. So let me delete this first and go back to this part. So what I will do is click A and zoom in a little bit, click this point and drag it a little bit upwards. Same goes with here. Okay, now I want click V and highlight all the part and click Shift M, delete this part and this part. Okay, now then we can create a shapes on that. Click M and highlight it. Select white color and send it backward. Send to back. Highlight all the things and click Shift M. Click Alt to delete this part. Now we can start coloring already. Okay, so let me speed up a little bit. Oh, before we speed up, right, we need to divide the parts as well. Highlight and click Divide. Okay. This takes a little while, so let me do it really quickly. Select the part and click I to color it. Oops. Awesome! Now you have created the Iron Man body. Now highlight it, click Ctrl G to group it together and drag it back to the part. Okay, now comes the fun part. Click on back your layer and click open your head layer. Wow! Now you have a very cool Iron Man. Okay, so I think this one is also the yellow color, brownish color, sorry. Cool! Now you have a very cute Iron Man in front of you.